Hi there, I am back. As it turns out, my computer crashed when I was trying to open up my water running, so I thought I would start a new file fresh. I'm going to open up water running in Audacity. I'm going to open up toilet flushing in Audacity. I want to keep this just absolutely as simple as possible. I have these two bits of audio in their own little open windows. Here's what the water running sounds like. And so I'm going to grab some water running and I'm going to once again copy it. You can see I'm going to put some water running right about here. I'm going to put it in this track right here. So now both of these things are going to happen at once. After this discussion with Mark McKenna about slugs, made me want to hit the bathroom, wash my hands. Slugs are so slimy. Okay, I'm going to put my toilet flushing in there as well. Oops, my toilet flushing it's right here. And I'm going to close out the whole play with the toilet flushing right here. There's going to be this feels a little loud to me, the water running with Mark McKenna about slugs. Made me want to hit the bathroom, wash my hands. Slugs are so slimy. That's a nice visceral sound here. I'm going to move it a little bit if I can pick it up and move it here. Or I'm just going to delete it from here. Start it right at the end here. All right. It's a little loud, so I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I'm just going to turn it down a bit so it's a little softer. Maybe that will help. Let's see. Listen to it now.
Who has slugs in a photo studio?
After this discussion with Mark McKenna about slugs, made me want to hit the bathroom and wash my hands. Slugs are so slimy. I turned it down a little too much. Let's turn it up a little again. With Mark McKenna about slugs, made me want to hit the bathroom and wash my hands. Slugs are so slimy. In my class, I like to remind students that perfect is the enemy of done. This is going to work just fine for my little audio. I wanted, I see some places I could delete and make it move a little faster. I'm just going to take a little bit out here. I highlighted a small amount, and I hit the delete key on my thing, and it'll just go a little faster there. I can do that right. Is this an Yeah, I'm going to delete the Okay, Mark McKenna talks fast, but now he talks even faster. Here we go. Here's our whole entire thing. I interviewed Mark McKenna, our photojournalism instructor at Humboldt State University, about his slug problem at his studio in Eureka.
All right, so I have a slug infestation in my photo studio. I have a solid 1.5 to 2 foot thick brick wall, and I have no idea how they're getting in. They're not getting in under the door because I put like all the salt. So I get to my studio, I've got like work to do, and there's like slug trail all over my desk, slug trail all over my carpet, and then like slug trail I try to follow, it goes back behind shelves and desks that are against the brick wall. I'm supposed to do work, I'm supposed to grade stuff, and I just tear my entire studio apart. There's like not a square inch of my studio that doesn't have stuff from the shelving in my desk on the floor. And I found their little nook that they're leaving and hiding in. I'm like, are you kidding me? There's like this hole that I think goes all the way to the outside of the building. I can't tell. But I think I killed them all.
Slug tunnel. Okay.
Slugs. Who has slugs in a photo studio?
After this discussion with Mark McKenna about slugs, made me want to hit the bathroom and wash my hands. Slugs are so slimy. I feel like that's too far away. Let's get that out of there. Let's move it up here. There we go. Okay. I have it ready. This is as good as it's going to get. This is exactly what I want. It's a little longer than a minute long. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to export the audio. So I go to File. Burp. I go to Export Audio. Burp. And I'm going to export this whole thing. Wave Microsoft signed 16-bit PCM file. So when you hit save there, you'll do that. It's going to do this. It's going to give you the thing about the safety notice. Now you have this, so you don't need Audacity anymore. I'm not going to close it. I'm just going to leave it sit here. Let's listen to our wave, make sure it's working. interviewed Mark McKenna. It's working just fine. What I'm going to have you do for this class is to upload your sound file to Soundcloud, a free hosting website for audio files. So I already have a SoundCloud account. You're going to go to soundcloud.com and you'll find one. You'll find your place. I'm already signed in as Deidre Pike, and then so once you create your account, you will be signed in. You do not need to go pro for $7 a month. We're going to hit upload, which is right up here. I think maybe you can see it flashing. And when we hit upload, we can drag our file over to here. It's giving it some information. If I had a picture of Mark or a picture of a slug, I could put the picture on there. Maybe a picture of Mark and a slug. Genre, we're going to call this news, if we can find it. Oh, how about comedy? That's fun. And we're going to say slugs, Humboldt, and photography. Why not? And we're going to say, in this clip, Mark McKenna, a Humboldt photo expert, Mark McKenna, talks about the slug infestation in his photo studio in Eureka, California. As you can see, my description's always saying I'm going to hit save. And here's my track. It's all ready to go. It has a URL to it. There's Mark talking about slugs online. I interviewed Mark McKenna. There we go. It's all ready to go. Mark talks about slugs. I'm going to grab this URL up here at the very tippy top. I can grab it in a couple places. This is as good a place as any. I'm going to go to my website. Let's try the website that I created for this class called piketopiapottery.wordpress.com. I'm going to create a new post. Since this is the old administrative dashboard, I'm going to click on Write up here in the corner. If you can see Write, you can also use the old dashboard, make a new post, and I'm going to write. This has nothing to do with pottery at all. It has to do with slugs. Slugs in the studio. Mark McKenna kills them. All right. I am going to post the actual audio player from my audio, and it will embed in a WordPress blog just by clicking on the link and inserting it in here, even without knowing any HTML code or grabbing embed code. Just the link, which is already Command-C copied to my clipboard. I'm going to first write a sentence explaining what's in this audio that I recorded and edited. And then I'm going to hit the link, and the link should embed. There, I hit enter after it, and now it's right there. If I had changed the photo to a photo of Mark or slugs, that photo would be in there as well. I hit publish, and that is this entire assignment for your blog. You're going to interview an expert source for this. In the meantime, what I'm going to have you do as practice is to create a funny slideshow, or excuse me, a funny audio track using some sound effects. This is described on our Canvas page. You'll get a list of the sound effects that you can use for your funny, silly play. Here's one example.
Just another day in the life of an average American teen with nothing to do after school but go on his iPhone and scroll through endless social media feeds until the dopamine levels are satisfied, which they never are. Hour after hour, spending scrolling through my phone, eyes glued to a screen. However, on a particular day, my phone received a notification from my best friend. He sent me a link to a YouTube interview on our favorite artist. After finishing the video, I suddenly felt inspired and thought of an idea to buy a guitar. I went onto the computer, Typed in guitar on the guitarcenter.com and found the cheapest vendor to purchase and put on hold. And then just like that, it was ready to be picked up. Quickly, I put on my pants and grabbed my keys and walked out the door. Upon arrival to the store and walking in, I looked around for the front desk. When I saw the worker at the front, I asked for my hold and made the purchase quickly while grabbing my package and hurrying back home. My anticipation was nerve-wracking. I was very excited and was turning every corner with little braking and a lot of speeding through every intersection, all smooth until I heard the sirens behind me. But I did not stop. Eager to get away, I turned right, and then left, and then right again, and then pulling the car over to the side and turning off the engine to avoid the cop's gaze. When the cop pulled next to me, he passed me just to slowly pull over next to me. Giving a hard stare, the cop asked, "Why were you running from me, huh?" My response, short and quick, "I thought you were a crazy person." The cop gave another hard stare and said, "Just go home, kid." Surprisingly, the cop drove off, turning at the next street. I started laughing to myself and clapping and drove slowly back home. When I arrived back home, I walked into my living room, opening up my new Fender, just to realize I had bought a youth-sized guitar, not the adult-sized. Furious, I walked out the front door and drove back to Guitar Center.
It was a fun little piece, and I'm hoping you have fun with this project. Read the instructions online, and so you'll have two audios to do. One is your silly radio play, and the other will be your expert podcast for your blog with at least one human voice that's not your own interviewed in it. Call me if you have any questions. Thanks, and have fun with audio.